Hello, my loves. This is Malayla with Love and Light Starseed Tarot. Welcome. Today I'm going to do a reading for Leo and their person. I hope everyone's doing well. These are timeless messages, so whenever you click on the reading, it's meant for you. This is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in Leo. Overall energy between these two, please. Angel, spirits, guides, please show us. What is the overall energy between these two? Six of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Pisces energy, the Chariot, and Justice, Libra. Yeah, so I'm getting, someone wants to move forward towards, a connection or relationships that are more equal, equilibrium, equal give and take. This connection has been in limbo or has been stuck. So you're wanting more balance in your life. You're wanting things to be more reciprocated. There could be a choice here. What is your energy, please? Seven of Swords. The Lovers, yeah. Definitely getting that there's a choice here and you're being very strategic about your plans and about any moves that you might, be wanting to make. What is their energy, please? Temperance, Sagittarius. Five of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Yeah, this person needs to be more tempered. They could have a bad temper. They could show rage or anger, but I'm getting that, this person lives in lack. They have a very negative mentality around money. And so this keeps this person stuck and feeling in lack. They might think that this is as a lost opportunity, or they're just thinking maybe this person lost money, lost assets. How do you see them? The Ace of Swords. How do you see them? The Strength. Yeah, they need courage and strength in order to be honest. This person needs to come through with some clarity, some honesty. I'm getting that this person is cowardly. This person does not lead with honest communication, so this person stays stuck. How do they see you? The Three of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you have many options. You have many choices for your future. You are, looking at all your choices in a different way, in a different perspective. I'm getting that you're focusing on the positives. You're focusing on positive self-talk, and you're seeing the results. Noticing that self-love and, when you talk positively to yourself, it makes you feel better, right? And it makes you want to do more. And it makes you have more options and more choices, that come in. Gives you more energy. And then it, you start to feel like you want to eat healthier, or, just take more action in general, pouring into yourself and your health. You're realizing that any negative self-talk, from you or someone else, just brings you down, makes you feel depressed and sad. You're learning that words are spells. What you say comes about. So, you're choosing your words wisely. How do you feel about them? The Emperor, Aries energy. Whoa. The Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands. So you could feel that this person needs to, boss up. This person needs to get, things in order, there's stability, but this person is a runner. I mean, they could need to take fast action towards, the Emperor energy. But this person is a runner. They have abandonment issues and wounds that need to be healed. But, maybe they did take action towards an Aries, but this person needs to be more stable. They cannot run away from things when times get tough. They can't crash out when times get tough. They need to stay stable and balanced and mature. How do they feel about you? The Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Two of Cups. So this person could feel that you want a soul connection, that you are looking for a soulmate, deep, loving connection. And this person is fearful because you are moving towards your destiny. You are moving towards the positive aspects of life, choosing light over shadow, choosing to move towards your dharma. The Wheel of Fortune, you want the Wheel of Fortune to turn in your favor. So you're realizing the more positivity in your life, the better off you are, right? The more good karma comes in. What you put out into the world comes back. What are your actions in the 3D? Queen of Swords, Two of Wands, and Judgment. Yeah, you have to make a judgment call as far as your plans for the future. You could be at a crossroads and, this could be a hard decision to make, but you're logical. You're intelligent. You have seen results. You have done, you've seen both sides of the coin here. So this judgment call is needing to be made. Whether you have to cut somebody off or you have to have just a conversation. What are they doing in the 3D? Page of Wands, the Devil, Four of Pentacles. I did get the Ace of Cups too, but there's a lot. I'm not going to take them all. So this person has a major block, as far as their maturity level. They're very naive and, they could be very greedy with money. They could be very greedy with time, energy, resources, and there's a huge blockage as far as, they could have codependency. They definitely have abandonment wounds that need to be healed. They could have addictions. This blockage is, something that needs attention, something that needs time and effort to heal. They need to pour into themselves. They need to be more loving with themselves, instead of hurting themselves or putting themselves through pain. What are your messages towards them? Three of Cups. Five of Cups. Yeah. You think because this person is out partying or going out with friends, they could be drinking. This is keeping them feeling depressed and sad. They have a lot of regrets because of the choices they make. And so they could possibly just numb out with substances, but that's just a Band-Aid to the bigger issue. They need to attack the root of the problem instead of just covering it up with a Band-Aid. You know, and then the next day or, you know, a couple days later, they feel even worse. You know, this person needs to love themselves. And, you know, there could have been third-party interferences. I mean, this could have just been friends, family getting involved. But what are their messages towards you? 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, they were juggling, you know, and they know they have to put an end. You know, this is a heavy, heavy burden that this person has been carrying, you know, and they know that they have to put an end to the juggling. They have to be more focused. They have to be more determined. What is the outcome, please? King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, I have way too many. Hold on. The Magician. Yeah, you know, so I'm just getting, somebody has a lot of pride and ego. You know, there could be control dynamics going on, mind games, manipulation. Yeah, I just get, you know, needing to put down the pride and ego in order to, you know, manifest the life of your dreams. Manifest what you want. What is the advice, please? 2 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm getting, you know, every day is a new day, you know, and a new start to have the life of your dreams, to create the life of your dreams. Even if you have to create a new routine or a new work endeavor, a new career, you know, a change in a love dynamic. Every day is a new start. You know, you want to pour into yourself, you know, your beauty, your health, your essence. They're all very important to you. You know, when you feel good, you have more energy and stamina to follow your life's purpose. Live the life of your dreams. You know, you have a long life to live, so, you know, make it an amazing one. Do only the things that light you up and the things that make you feel good on an energetic level. You know, do more of what gives you more energy and less of what doesn't. Stay away from toxic people and toxic dynamics. I'm going to get messages of love for this connection. See what wants to come through. Whoa. Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. I'm going to get a numerology card. See what message wants to come out for our amazing Leo. Whoa. 1551. Hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Oh, I love that. Affirm this in the comments. 1551. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.